Okay, this is Goku Fortosum 1 with a series that I'm starting to do about what I would do if I was going to write a TV show, and this is more my suggestions about what I want them to do with Star Wars. Star Wars, there are rumors going around of a live-action TV series, and these are my ideas. Now, I did a Star Trek one of these, and this is me more knowing about Star Wars. Even though I've not read a lot of the books, I know more about it. I have multiple ideas, and unlike the Star Trek one and the Batman one, this is not my pitch. These are actually already written stories that I think would work good for a TV show premise. And tell me what you think. If I'm wrong, please leave a comment or a video response. I know you Star Wars fans are probably going to butcher me on this too. Because unfortunately, I actually like the special editions. I think a lot of the stuff they added were actually fairly good. Now, yes, there are a couple of things. Christian Haydenson being at the end, the Jedi Spirit, makes no absolute sense. Okay, I will do a video if you want me to on that one, but it makes no sense. No. Okay, my first idea is Knights of the Republic. And not that stupid graphic novel. I don't know about the first one, but the current one, no. It's garbage. I read the first one. I don't like it. It might get better later on. It might get better. But it was a fugitive storyline, and in Star Wars, there are better things to do. I'm talking about the video game. Okay, now there are a couple problems with doing the video game as a TV show, but I'll talk about those in a minute. The video game is about 4,000 years before the Galactic Empire, and hundreds of Jedi have fallen in a battle against ruthless Sith. You are the last hope of the Order, and you have to master different. You become a Jedi, and you have to master different Force abilities and get to use them. Mastering is not the right word, but you get to learn a lot of different Jedi powers, and the game's really fun, and you get to be good or evil. Now, obviously, they had to have to choose. I'm not going to reveal the big cliffhanger, which would definitely have to be in the TV show, and it might make it where it is. And I don't know what they would do, because the second video game, you play a completely different character, which, what I've heard is that the hero in the first game is a male. The second game, the main character supposedly is a woman. And there would be different things about that, but it would work for a story aspect. There are a lot of locations we know, and there's a lot they can do with this TV show. How many seasons you do for each game, that depends on what they want to do with it. And do you go beyond the two games, and do you tell a new story? That's fine. There's enough room, and you could even split them into two different ones. And then there's always the beginning. There's always the Mandalorian War they talk about, which would be a great premise for it. And you can have Revan and Malak be the heroes of that TV show, and that's and that's the backdrop of the current graphic novel Knights of the Republic. It's just that's the backdrop, and I don't want it to be the backdrop. Also, the game has a lot of different locations that you can work with. Korriban, the homeworld of Sith, great location for a TV show. There's Dantooine, which was actually mentioned in, I believe, episode 4. I might be mistaken about that, but I know it was mentioned in the original trilogy. And there's a lot of other locations. Tatooine, of course. Kashyyyk, the homeworld of the Wookiees. And the premise works. I think the premise works at every level for a TV show. And there's so many Jedi characters you could work with and all that. And you could do other things with it too. But I think it works for a TV show. The second one is Star Wars Legacy, the graphic novel. It's 130 years after the Return of the Jedi, and it's about Cade Skywalker. He basically at the beginning, he's a Jedi in training, and the Jedi Academy is attacked by Sith that have been waiting in a wait by this really old, powerful Sith, and they attack, and his father's killed, and he's left in space, and he's picked up by a very Jabba the Hutt-like character. a gangster-like character, and becomes a bounty hunter. And the beginning of the book is more about the first 3 issues, or the first 2 issues are actually more about him getting back into becoming a Jedi. And I think that would work really good for a TV show. And the character is really good, and he's very interesting, and I like him. And the great thing about this is you see Luke Skywalker in it periodically, because he can actually talk with Luke Skywalker, and he comes periodically. And you have other flashes of other characters, and you don't need that a part of it, but it does really, it is very interesting, and it really does work. And you get a lot of Jedi characters, and you get a lot of interesting story in the graphic novels, and he goes to a Sith temple and learns the ways of the Sith. I'm not going to explain why and how, but he does. And the character is very interesting, he's very good, and I think that would be great for a TV show. Why don't they do these things for a TV show? Because currently, what I'm hearing the TV show is gonna be is nothing more than the Rebel Alliance starting and the troops. They're not gonna have Jedis. They're not gonna have Vader and Emperor Palpatine's not gonna be in it. Obi-Wan Kenobi's not gonna be in it. Yoda's not gonna be in it. And these are the characters I want to see more about. These are the stuff I want to see. Now, you don't have to do everything about the Jedi. The Jedi can be side characters in some part, but I want to see the characters that are interesting. If they do interesting characters, absolutely, that stuff can work. But I want to see these interesting characters, and I think Legacy would make a great TV show for a Star Wars TV show. Now, the final one I want to kind of spin, I don't know a lot about, and if anybody knows about this, please send me a comment, or a link to a website, that can actually give me this. Yoda's story. There's a lot of characters that would be interesting to have their own, offshoot. Emperor Palpatine would be great. Yoda's probably the best, because we know nothing about Yoda's race. We know nothing about how Yoda became a Jedi. We know nothing about how long it took him to become a Jedi. And I've heard inklings, and I will definitely have a picture on this section of it showing one of Yoda's teachers, which is a big snake-like creature, which I want to know more about him, and I want to know more about that race. And I think that would be a great TV show. It'd be a very expensive TV show, but I don't know what to talk about this, because I don't know anything about it, and I want stories that I know nothing about. Also, something I will talk about really quickly is that there are other graphic novels. The New Jedi Order would be, other books, novels actually. The New Jedi Order would probably work pretty good as a TV show. I don't know much about that. The problem with a lot of the books in between these little areas, like Yoda, Yoda works fine, of course, because that's before we meet all our major characters. That's only one main character, and we've not got a lot with Yoda. I mean, Yoda was in episode 2 and 3 a lot, but we didn't get a lot of Yoda yet. The other one is the Young Jedi books, young adult book series. I think that would be really good, but that also falls in the category of that it's during the age where we have Luke Skywalker, but he would be the only character I think he would absolutely have to have, even though he's just the uncle. But yeah. Okay. And that's why the other three work better, but they can do a lot, and hopefully they do more. And they're claiming 4 TV shows, so yeah. This is Goku4071 here with my ideas for Star Wars TV shows. If you have a comment, video response, please send it. And please, if you have any ideas for a Star Wars TV show or any type of TV show that you really would like to see out there, please send me a comment or a video response of your ideas. I'd love to hear them, and I hope somebody out there that has the power to make this stuff happen listen to these. And if we talk about what we want, these might become realities. And I'm not trying to get famous. I'm not trying to become a writer on these TV shows. I'm just simply trying to tell them so they're out there so people think about it. Because we're the people with the power, not the executives. We're the fans. We have all the power. Believe in that.